Hi, this is Rylan. I'm doing my week 15 multimedia sports assignment. So I'm going to start with part B. So during the lecture this week, we discussed effective learning/training methods. Rizzo shared that the best way to learn is through chunking, and chunking is when we associate things together and learn in small chunks of information over time. He then shared with us the best tennis players in the world have chunked in this way through pure repetition. When an elite tennis player is serving, they hit the ball so fast that you cannot react to it based on where it's going. You need to react based on how the server raises the ball in the air, how they twitch their fingers and move their body as a whole. What this means is you can also subconsciously pick up on these habits and learn after thousands of hours and repetitions. Something I wanted to ask and see where it leads to discussion is how people effectively chunk information outside of athletics. Is the general consensus that we learn in academics better through chunking? I feel this is true, but I wonder what my peers and Rizzo think about this. Additionally, how does chunking play a role in our social lives? Do people tend to chunk at an early age in their dealings with people and until ultimately becoming more proficient? And is it I think it is definitely true that some people are much better at dealing with other people, and I just mean socially handling different situations, maybe delegating and in leadership roles, or just in a friend group. Often people who hold the leadership positions have a strong ability in this topic. Do they naturally chunk better than those who do not hold such a position? I would love to hear others' thoughts on this topic, especially my peers in class, and more specifically on the dealings with people, because I feel like this is an important role, whether that's in athletics and you're a captain, or in the work environment and you're a little bit farther up in the hierarchy, or whatever it may be. But then connecting this to part A, part A is, I go second with this because in part B this week, I talked about the chunking, and I found a paper that is titled "Classic Motor Chunking Theory Fails to Account for Behavioral Diversity and Speed in a Complex Naturalistic Task," which is written by Joseph Thompson and a bunch of other authors, which I've included on the PDF. In this article, they use various video game tests on different subjects to see if there's an improvement in expertise given the game's demand for rapid performance of motor movements. They attempt to see the rate at which subjects improve given the amount of chunking they expose them to. The findings support the existence of chunking, but it also finds that better players do more chunking than worse players. This article's findings connect to the discussion we had during this week's lecture, because we found that athletes also learn better in chunking. However, it says it fails to account for behavioral diversity, meaning changes in behavior through chunking. But overall, the motor task improved. And it may be a sign that humans in general learn better through chunking beyond just athletics. Although this is video games, does it connect more to the mind, where maybe in academics, mathematics, or something along those lines? That's all I had for this week, and thanks for listening.